welcome to When Wrestlers Act. I am the Jon Cronshaw, and I'm joined once again by the Colin. How you doing, Colin?
Hello, John.
Hey.
I'm reasonable.
I didn't ask you how you were.
You did, actually. You said, how are you doing?
Yeah, but that was just... I didn't actually want you to answer me. You never do. And then, I don't know.
Shall we start again?
Yes.
Right.
So we have watched Series 1, Episode 4 of The Glow. Can't remember what the episode's called. Had a name, probably. Probably not a lot happened.
It was enjoyable at times, but it was... you can tell it was one of those episodes that was designed for not much to happen.
Right, honestly, in terms of moving a story along, everything that happened in this episode to move stories along, you could have done in one scene, which was, let's move the girls into the hotel. Boom, done. So, so what did you think?
Join us again next week.
That's the review. Now, so it opens up, and you have Sam and Dash. Remember Sam? Remember him? He had the moustache.
Yes, I do.
Yeah, he's the guy, the director. And Dash, he's the guy who with the hair who has a butler called Florian, I seem to recall.
The producer.
The rich guy, the money mark.
The Tommy Khan.
Well, I didn't want to say anything, but yeah. So they had the guy, well, they had the thing where they went to, I don't know, where did they say they went, like to Malibu and basically snorted a bunch of coke and then worked out what they needed to do.
Yeah.
Yeah, and so what they're going to do, their amazing plan, is to move all the women, all the lady wrestlers into a hotel. But it's free, so that's okay. So it's a bit like, what would you say, like indentured servitude, something like that? Slave labour?
I'll take your word for it. You're the wordsmith of the two of us.
Yeah, so they get to move into a hotel, and they say there's no exceptions, except for Debbie, because she's the star. And some of them are pissed off, some of them are like, yay, I'm not homeless anymore. Sam says there's like no drugs, no sex, no rock and roll policy, basically.
Yeah, and they're all, but you can do that.
Yeah, and his excuse is it's so they don't suck. So that's the basic thing of this episode. That's the story. That's it. In terms of the moving of the plot, that's it. That's what's happened. So
join us again for episode 5.
And the rest of it is literally just them moving in to the hotel and like having moments. It was almost like a montage. The whole thing was a montage of little scenes where they're setting up little bits of tension, little bits of conflict, little subplots. I'm just thinking of this in terms of story structure, right? I mean, how many episodes are in this series? Is it 9? Something like that? 10 maybe? So you're almost at the midpoint of the thing. By the midpoint, you want things to be really building up. You want to know what's going to happen for the finale. You want it all set up. So, I don't know. This is the point in Star Wars where you see the Death Star. Yeah?
I'll tell you what, I'll put a wrestling spin on it. It's WrestleMania. There's just been a great match, and the women have just come out now.
Yeah. So the midpoint is basically meant to be really cool. This is meant to be like a really big story moment, and instead they're doing stuff that they should have set up maybe an episode or 2 ago. You know, literally B story, low level stuff that isn't moving anything forward. So we get them moving in to rooms, and Sheila is Ruth's roommate. Do you remember Sheila?
I do remember Sheila. Do you remember Sheila?
Yeah, I watched it. She's the werewolf, she-wolf, whatever. Oh, is it a gimmick though? Is it a gimmick, Colin?
Yeah, she just lives it. Just like you've got this gimmick of being a writer.
Yeah, exactly. So Ruth tries out a new character when Sheila walks in, of like a female JR, because that's a reference to stuff from the 80s that I didn't watch.
I really love just how every single one of Ruth's characters are just so incredibly hammy. I think that's pretty wonderful. We
basically find out that Sheila isn't a gimmick. Sheila has been dressing up like a lady wolf for, did she say like 5 years or something?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, and Ruth basically finds her without her wig on, and it's whatever. It's just like, don't look at me. So that was rubbish.
Yeah.
And then all I've got in my notes here is Colin's favourite scene.
No, and I've got a lot to say on this scene. It's one of those things where it was lovely and everything, but I feel that the mystique is gone now.
Yeah.
I don't regret that scene of Kate Nash and her boobies. They're very nice, and she's a lovely young lady. But now, now I've seen. That's it. It's just over.
Yeah, she ruined it for you.
She's ruined it for me by unruining it for me. So
yeah,
thumbs down. Thumbs down. I would rather have not seen.
Okay, all right. Well, do you want to tell me anything else that happened in that scene?
What?
This was like a really important scene for character development.
Oh yeah. No, you're right. So there was her being all English.
Yeah, and then she got her boobs out. Yeah, that happened. Are you looking at my tits?
Yeah, and they put lotion on each other, but not in a gay way.
No, it was just fine.
It just wasn't happened. It was just another seeing of, aside from that happening, nothing happened.
Yeah, and then there was a pool party. What happened at the pool party?
Nothing.
Not a lot, was it? We get a bit with Dash teaching the women about gimmicks.
Yeah,
just saying, you need to have a gimmick. You need to be more of a character. That was it, really. And then they have Jim stuff.
Yeah,
Ruth doing more characters.
Oh, but then there's a couple of wrestling cameos.
Oh, right. Okay.
It's what's that woman called? The large lady.
Kong.
No,
Welfare
the
Queen.
one. No, the Samoan type woman.
Machu Picchu.
Machu Picchu, that's it. Her family comes along. Her two brothers, Carlito and Brodus Clay. Remember Brodus Clay?
The Funkasaurus guy.
The Funkasaurus.
No, I don't know who you mean then.
Okay. And Carlito, who, it's...
he doesn't like people who aren't cool.
He does not like people who are not cool.
Yeah, and he eats an apple. What a gimmick. See, he could teach him a lot about having a gimmick.
Yeah, but it's a pretty shit gimmick.
Yeah. This is where Ruth tries to give Sheila advice on how to improve her character, and she's like, "Not a character. This is who I am." We get Machu Picchu and Welfare Queen in the ring.
Yep,
and Sam's impressed. He likes Welfare Queen.
It was vaguely amusing.
Yeah, Machu Picchu's dad turns up
with Carlito and Brodus Clay.
Yeah, and Sam confronts him and gets bitch slapped, which I thought was quite funny. And yeah, I thought Sam was quite good in this scene. I thought the way he dealt with, thought, oh well, you're meant to be some big wrestler. You're going to slap me. Oh, is that all you've got? Doesn't make any difference.
Do you reckon it was trying to be a bit like that scene in Fight Club where the bar owner beats up Tyler Durden and then
Tyler Durden, get it right.
And then he gives him a good hiding, and then Byler jumps all over him and bleeds on him and everything. Do you reckon it was sort of inspired by that, but just didn't go that way?
Maybe. Yeah, I don't know.
I'm just trying to sound vaguely highbrow here.
Yeah, Machu Picchu basically gets told by her dad, "You're not allowed to wrestle. Blah 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 blah. You need to come with me." And so she does, because she doesn't have a backbone. And then, what's his name? Sam? No, Dash. Dash. Lives up to his name. And Dash is out. And he kisses her and pretends he's her boyfriend. And then the dad says that she needs to learn to sell, because that wasn't convincing.
Yeah.
And then
that amused me slightly.
We get Welfare Queen having a bit of a crisis of conscience, maybe.
Yes.
Because she thinks that her gimmick's offensive, and she's worried that her son, who I think she said he goes to Harvard or something, that he's going to be
Princeton, I think it was.
Princeton,
but some Ivy League.
Yeah. Either way, yeah, he's going to be offended. If he sees it, he'll be ashamed of his mother. And Sam's like, you've had crappy acting jobs, and this is about pushing the envelope. This is where he talks about how he pushes the envelope and gives her some of his films. So, I wonder if that'll play into anything a bit later on.
It may do. Who knows?
Yeah. And then we go to Debbie at home, and her husband turns up with a prepared speech, and he basically says, "Look, this is my house. I'm moving back in. Yeah, if you don't like it, it's tough because I'm the man." And
So she says, fine, moves out.
Yeah, so she joins the hotel people, so she's now living with all the other women. So I'm glad that they're all together.
Yeah.
With their fellowship, and they're going to go now and throw the ring into the volcano or something.
Yep.
Although,
And that's the episode.
not quite.
Oh, okay. Are you sure?
Yes.
I can't remember anything else happening.
So there's the stuff with Sheila saying that she knows she's human, but spiritually she's a wolf, and oh yeah, this was good. I like this, where we said that she dressed as Anne of Green Gables for a year, so she understands.
Yeah.
And then there's a thing of like, oh, maybe we should have a thing with privacy. We could do a thing where we put a sock on the door, you know. So Sheila immediately puts a sock on the door. And she's like, oh, you mean now? So, yeah. So
Yeah, that bit quite amused me, actually.
Yeah, that was like the highlight in terms of humour, I think.
Oh, no, there was one great line, which was when, what's that black woman called?
Which one?
Not
Cherry?
Colin, Cherry. Her husband, Swang, asks, Welfare Queen asks if Sam's racist, and he turns around and says, more sexist than racist.
Yeah.
That amused me.
That was in the next scene, which is where they're watching, what's it called? Blood Disco, I want to say.
Yeah. And then up in the middle of this pops Sam's dating advert.
For some reason. Yeah. And he was basically saying like he wants a woman who won't give him any crap, and that he's lonely and his cock works great.
And she's got to be under 30 as well.
Yeah. So that was the end of the episode.
Yeah. So what I'm going to do, John, is I'm going to consult the Bristol Stool Chart, and I'm inventing a new entry on it.
Okay.
This is a 0 on the Bristol Stool Chart. Do you like Wong is very constipated, but something comes out?
Do you know what this is?
What is it?
I'll tell you exactly what this is. This is where you go to the toilet and you think you're going to have a shit, but it's just a big fart.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. So it's a 0 because you have a big fart and nothing happens.
Yeah.
If you've got Wong, it comes out like rabbit. Wong on the stool chart is like rabbit poo.
Yeah. No, this is.
It wasn't shit. It was nothing. Yeah. It was sit on the toilet, play with your phone for a while, realise that you've been there for 10 minutes, you feel like you need a shit, nothing's happened, you've had a big fart, you eventually pull up your trousers and get on with your day. That's what this episode is.
Yeah, this is the big, because the series does get better. Like this is like the lull before.
Yeah.
Stuff improves, but this is like one of the things that kind of started to piss me off about this program as we move later on is there's almost more episodes like this where they feel like they're meant to be meaningful, and they've got all these character moments, I think you'd call them, but they're not moving the story on, and it's like, God damn it, I want a story. That's why I watch TV shows, that's why I read books. I want a story, and I want a story to move on and do stuff. And this didn't move anything on. It's like, okay, it literally moved people from one place to another. They've set up a crucible. So they're all in this one thing together. So this is where you get your tensions and your conflict. That can start to boil now. Good. Okay, that's set up. But that didn't take an episode to do. You could have done that in a scene and it would have been fine.
Yeah.
So I was disappointed with this episode, is what I'm saying. It was just a waste of everyone's time.
I was more bored than disappointed. I'll tell you what this scene is I know you've read the books, but have you ever seen any of the Harry Potter films?
Not really. No, I've watched.
Okay,
bits.
Well, basically, this episode was a Quidditch match. It was just there. It added nothing to the story, and I'm sure everything's set up for something.
Yeah.
But in the meantime, it just felt like a wasted chapter.
I think as well there wasn't enough humour. It's like if you're going to do something like this, have a bit more humour or have a bit more charm or something. You know what I mean? Like a flash of cake nuts aren't enough.
No, I mean it was good, but then again, it was It just happened. And then every time she opens her mouth as well, it's she's just too English. It's like whenever you get an English actor or English guest star in The Simpsons, have you ever noticed how they just never sound like themselves?
Yeah, I have, but I don't know if that's true with this because I've got Spotify, and when it does like the daily mixes and it'll suggest songs or Discover Weekly,
but
whatever.
Kate Nash's in her music, she always went for that sort of. She was around when Lily Allen was around.
Yeah, it was like similar sound, but like I heard her voice on a song, and quickly skipped past it because it was terrible. But I was just like, oh my god, she just sounds like she does when she's Britannica. There's no difference in anything. But what you'll enjoy, Colin, is she will sing. She'll do lots of performances throughout.
Oh, great!
No, she doesn't. It's good.
No. Every time I hear her speak, I expect her to get on a piano and go da-da-da-da-da-dum, oi!
Yeah, exactly.
Because I'm a Cockney.
I mean, she's clearly professionally trained and went to drama school and all that. And
so, that's the episode.
Yeah.
Episode 5 coming up is called Debbie Does Something.
Is it actually called Debbie Does Something?
I think it is, yeah.
Okay, you know what? That's great. I want the people in this show to do something. So hopefully that something is to move the story along and get to the good stuff. So
yeah. So what's new with you then, John?
Finished book 12 in my fantasy series. Finished
another. I thought you were going to say you finished reading one.
Oh, no. Oh, well, I'll read loads of books. Too many books. I finished a non-fiction book, which is about Stoicism, rock and roll. So that's it, really. Just writing. Did Halloween stuff. That was fun and exciting. Listened to Marilyn Manson cover of This Is Halloween from The Nightmare Before Christmas.
This is Halloween.
Yeah, do you know it?
No, the only This is
Halloween, this is Halloween, Halloween,
oh,
Halloween,
I know that stuff.
Halloween. So if you imagine that, but done with Marilyn Manson, and it's exactly how you'd imagine.
This is Halloween, this is Halloween.
You've heard it then. You've heard it then.
I remember This Is Evolution by Marilyn Manson. That was funny.
I don't know that one.
It's off the Hollywood album.
Yeah. You did two
remember
good albums.
Well, yeah, the first one was good, but a bit raw.
Which one? Smells Like Children?
Portrait of an American Family.
Yeah, I wasn't too keen. I like the Antichrist Superstar album. I think there's some good stuff on that, and I think
that's excellent. And Mechanical Animals is brilliant.
Yeah,
but everything after that was just It was like this episode of Glow.
Yeah. So that's there. Doesn't move anything on. And I have been watching South Park. The new series.
Why?
The new series is so good. Oh my god, brilliant. So
yeah, I've heard that people may be refusing to carry it.
Yeah, well, I'm not surprised because it's they
pissing off China, is it?
Yeah, like really well. Like screw you, China. We don't need your money. Yeah, it's quite. What's quite good is they've got a character called Randy who owns a weed farm called Tegrity Farms. So now he just says, hey, we've got Tegrity, It's like they're pissing off China, which is good. Their whole thing is, we're not having some communist fucks telling us how to write our shows and censor us. We're American, damn it. So, and basically, if you are going to haul yourself out to China, then you deserve everything you get. It's fun.
Well, it could be worse. You could be whoring yourself out to Saudi Arabia.
Oh, man. Yeah. No. No, so, yeah, I've been enjoying that, and I'm looking forward to the new series of Rick and Morty that starts very soon, so that should be good. I think that's another one of my favourite shows. I will watch that.
I just couldn't get into it. I've tried.
Yeah. Basically, you need to watch it drunk.
That's the only time I've watched it.
You need to watch it all drunk. And you're like, oh, you'll have a moment where you just go, holy crap, this is genius. This is the most genius thing I've ever watched. I need to watch it all again.
I'm sure I may, but it's just the constant vomiting noises from Rick is just... It's not nice.
It's not nice. It's not. It's meant to be like queasy and uncomfortable because he's. This is the thing. He's a terrible, terrible person. You know what I mean? That's his character. He's meant to be just like. You're not meant to see him as an empathetic character at all. He's meant to be. He's wanted across many dimensions because he's a complete nozzle. And then Morty, brilliant. And it's got some of the best soundtracks as well. It's like the perfect use of Nine Inch Nails' Hurt. That's a good one. Love that.
Yes, I've seen that scene.
It's good. And a really good use of Blonde Redhead, who did one good song, which they use perfectly when they have the Evil Morty. Yeah, awesome. Can't wait.
So, anything you want to plug before we go?
Yeah, new season of Rick and Morty. It's going to be great. Yeah.
Anything that can yield you an income?
Nah, it's all right. As I say, I don't care. This isn't about the plugs, Colin. I can do that on my other podcasts. But in fact, there you go. If you want to listen to my other podcasts, listen to Sci-Fi Roundtable. I usually host that. I edit all the episodes, but in our recent ones, we've asked questions to a rocket scientist, a real rocket scientist, all about stuff that's relevant to sci-fi, and she writes sci-fi as well, so that's pretty cool.
You got to get a brain surgeon as well.
Well, this is it. I want to get like people who are experts in these different things. Like rocket science. That's a good one. Or if we could get a robot expert, or like I don't know, because it's for fantasy as well. So if there's anyone who is a blacksmith or I don't know knows how to fly dragons, then that'd be awesome.
I know how to fly a little plane.
Yeah, good for you.
Well, it's like a dragon, only dead, and you have to put fuel in it.
Like a dragon.
And gain permission
like
to
a zombie dragon.
Sort of take off.
You're into zombie dragons. That's pretty cool.
That's how I'm going to title it now. Is I'm going zombie dragon flying.
Yeah, you are the Night King.
Yeah, fair enough.
You get that.
And on that bombshell,
you get that if you watch Game of Thrones. Yeah. Yes, I love throwing in those references that you don't get just to make you feel.
What, the ones that are with complete silence?
Yes, they're the best kind.
Stunned silence.
Not even stunned silence, just bemused boredom, I suppose.
Yeah.
Nothing beats bemused boredom for everything, really. Right, so goodbye, cheerio, all that.
Yeah, bye.